Guess now we can go see Kindly Cheng, because I have no idea where the fuck our ghoul friend is. I'll be very upset if I have to pay him. What's this? You wake with a start. Your limbs bound up in a sweaty tangle of linen bedsheets. An incredible sorrow swells in your chest. You feel empty, half-starved, and alone. Fragmentary memories of a half-remembered dream fill through your mind. They're already fading away to do nothing. Chase the memories. You close your eyes and concentrate, willing yourself to keep the dream from sleeping away. Gradually, the memory comes back to you. The walled city. You were back in the walled city. You don't remember how you got there, but it couldn't have been any place else. Even the barrens weren't so squalid. You remember craning your neck to look above you. The buildings that made up this part of the walled city were new construction, even cheaper than the old. Now their foundations had rotted out from under them, and the buildings leaned into one another like a gang of drunken men. A rain of plaster and asbestos sprinkled down, dusting your shoulders. You began to creep forward, picking your way past the piles of refuse and debris, past the pimps and the dumpster fires, the broken glass and the dirty needles. The air reeked of rotten sewage and industrial waste, a disgusting melange that caught in your sinuses and crawled down your throat. You gagged on the stink, but it didn't slow you down. In the back of your mind, you knew that you had no reason to be doing this. There was nothing for you in the walled city. You shouldn't have been here. But the rest of you was hungry, unbearably, indescribably hungry. And that part of you knew that if you were keep moving, you'd finally get to eat. As you forced your way deeper into the walled city, locals stood at their windows and stared. Inexplicably, some of them dropped to their knees. You kept moving. You could see something in the distance, a silhouette. Something enormous, at least twice the size of a troll. That's me, but delicate. It was beautiful. The huge figure beckoned you, gesturing with slender limb. An explosion of warmth filled your chest, and you knew that if only you could reach it, your problems would be over. She would make all your sorrows disappear. You moved forward at a crawl, but the figure felt impossibly far away. You reached out, calling to her, and then you woke up. The empty feeling in your stomach slowly fades, taking the strength and vibrance of the memories along with it. Well, good talk. What's it? Hello? Oh, that's just to go outside. Jeb, do we have new time for talking? I'm going to exercise a bit. Yeah, okay, good. I didn't want to talk either. We haven't figured out where our ghoul friend lives. A smuggler. Two men in dirty synth leather jackets look up from their conversation as you approach. They both look haggard, their shoulders slump with exhaustion. And neither appears to have shaved this morning. What do you want, man? We're talking here. Figured I'd make all the connections I can. You chose the wrong day, stranger. We're moving further downstream, and we're doing it today. There's something wrong with this place. Too many bad dreams. Well, hope you have better luck downstream. Best of luck to you as well if you're staying here. You're going to need it. Goodbye, strangers. Spider Shen, do you know where the ghoul is? Shen is busily counting out cred sticks as you approach. Shen's hands move quickly, fingers deftly sorting them into small plastic bins. The labels on the bins bear names. Steel Arm Lu, Grandfather Woe, Lucky Ping, Kindly Cheng. Shen's eyes flicker up at you for a fraction of a second before returning to the task. One moment and I'll be done shortly. A few last flicks of the wrist see the final cred sticks sorted into their respective bin, with the lion's share going to Kindly and Steel Arm Lu. Now there, what can I do for you? You pay a lot of dues to the Yellow Lotus? Shen shrugs, obviously indifferent to the amount the shop's being taxed. I do, but that's how the system works. I pay kindly for rent. Steel Arm Lu gets money because he's my superior. Lucky Ping receives a finder's fee for goods she sends my way, and Grandfather Woe took me in. He gets paid because he's family, and I owe him for getting me off the streets. You join the organization, you have to pay the dues. It's the same as anywhere else, and it beats the hell out of being homeless in Kowloon. Stuffing the boxes away below the counter, Shen produces a box of assorted needles and inks and begins cataloging them on a battered PDA. You don't mind paying? Not really. Grandfather Woe saved my life by taking me in, you know. Life expectancy for homeless kids in Aberdeen isn't very good. Because of him, I have skills and friends who will pay to make use of them. It's a good life, all things considered. I'm just a Blue Lantern, a foot soldier. I answer to White Ming, who I studied with on Wudang Mountain. He's the 49er, the maid man who runs our crew. I don't pay him because he takes his own cut of what we make. Show me what you have for sale. Something tells me fucking our zombie friend already has a katana. That's it for now, Shen. You know, we've never been inside Club 88. Talum Kafai. Better groomed than most of his kind. That's an insult. The young troll nonetheless ruins the effort with his own blatant drunkenness. His eyes are red and his expression foggy, but he otherwise appears to be high functioning. Have a drink, friend. Have two. Then maybe something else to chase it, eh? You alright? Couldn't be better. I'm a prince of Club 88. Chosen, you might say. You're part of the family that owns this place? You're a shrewd one, friend. I am the heir apparent, and my birthright? To peddle chems to every sniffer that passes through our gates. What do you say? Need something to pick you up or bring you down? Let's see what you have. That's not a lot of drugs, dude. X-Flow? A wiry elven woman leans over the bar, propped up on one elbow. She glances back at you over her shoulders as you approach. Over her shoulder, lifting a half-empty glass to her lips. The selection here is total crap, but it's cheap. Hope you're not looking for quality. You're going to be really disappointed. I was hoping for some classic cocktails. If you ask real nice, I think they've got some tonic water in the fridge. Aside from that, you're as likely to get drain cleaner as you are a splash of bitters. Even a simple Manhattan's probably beyond the means of this joint. Call me X-Flow, by the way. X-Flow regards you calmly, her eyes calculating. After a few seconds, she nods. Maybe we can help each other. Stubtoe Williams. I've got good eyes for people in the business, and believe me, you smell like Shadowrunners and Nuyen. Plus, everybody here's talking about Kindly's new hired help. I'm out here for work. Need my backup, I'm available. What's your specialty? I'm what the eggheads call a mystic adept. Kind of a physical adept magician. I throw spells and I can kill with a touch. I'm rarer than unicorns, my friend. Well, see you later. You're not ever coming into my crew. Yet, bye. Henry Kafai. There is only one way to describe the troll haunting the back of Club 88. Weathered. It's as if the man had been carved from granite and then battered by the crash of waves and salty winds over the course of decades. Welcome to Club 88. No killing, no fighting, no sex trade. I can respect that. Stubtoe Williams. I'm Henry Kafai. I suppose I own this place. If you're looking for guns, speak to my wife. If you're looking for farmers, speak to my son Callum. And if you're looking for trouble, you'll be seeing my son Frederick briefly. What do I speak to you about? Nothing, I just steer the ship. What ship? There's always a ship. Okay. I'm guessing you're in the back with the guns? The bang bangs? Oh, yep. The older troll woman has a striking Amazonian quality. When she was younger, she must have really turned heads. Can I help you? You in charge here? Don't you forget it. Okay. This is my family's place. Me, my husband, and our 2 boys. Now do you have business with me? I have no time for window shoppers. What do you have? Firearms from all over the world, from Ares to Walther and everything in between. You in the market? Let's take a look. Range combat 4 for a sniper rifle. What does Duncan have? We can sell this. We can sell that drug to... Wait. Body 1 strength, 1 willpower. Eh, we're not really the druggy type. Sell it. What can you tell me about Heoi? There's only one thing you need to know. The corporations do not rule Heoi. We're under Kindly Cheng's umbrella, and her Yellow Lotus soldiers protect the docks and maintain the peace, but we're not Triad members, and they don't own us. Heoi's a crossroads, where goods change hands and deals are made. Kindly makes the market, but we the families make it happen. Ermine speaks with the pride of a woman who bows politely to great powers, but never prostrates herself before them. Families rebuilt this place when it was left to rot, strong families like mine, and we protect our own. Outsiders and corps know that tangling with Heoi is more trouble than we're worth. The Triads know it's better to work with us than against us. And now you know these things as well. You do well to remember them. Okay, bye. You there, stranger. Oh, just a bouncer. Like most troll bouncers, this man is knotted with muscles, but absent are the myriad scars that come with age or indiscretion. His only blemishes are the bony skin growths common to his kind, and a single deep scar runs across his neck and collarbone. He's also got this fucking Kano thing going on, but I guess we didn't want to talk about that. You watch yourself in there, or else we check your aerodynamics. Aerodynamics? Anyone causes trouble, I see how far I can throw him. No fighting, no killing, no sex trade. He lifts an arm, flexing. His muscles jump out like a mass of serpents and steel cabling. His arm is easily as thick as most humans' waists. I don't mess around. Well, the important thing is you're upfront about it. Let's just go right to Kindly Cheng. We've been No, no, the law had a job for us. Don't mess with the law. I have no intention. Maximum Law surveys the docks from beneath his meticulously patched tarpaulin. Goggled and belted with electronics, his arms folded, his expression stern. A sweat-drenched little king. His boat rocks gently. As you approach, he looks sharply your way and breaks into an awkward smile. Stubtoe Williams. I was hoping you'd come around. Got a minute? Yeah, I got your fucking email. Kindly at Whompoa burn your sin. Word is you're doing work for her, not normal Yellow Lotus stuff. Law shifts from foot to foot. He fidgets with the hardware in his belt. Shadowrunning. Man's gotta eat. Wicked. Law says it distinctly in a hushed tone, then seems to catch himself. He draws himself up to his full height. His usual demeanor of self-assurance returns. That's pretty ironclad, Stubtoe Williams. Pretty vicious. If you do good, you'll be noticed. Listen, if you've got info about runs, I can make it worth something. We Whompoans call that kind of thing metadata. Whompoans like to get the word on the street from the active operators. Doesn't Whompoa's service to their clientele include not prying? I'm not prying. Law speaks with authority. It's gathering information. The world runs on information. If you've got metadata for me, great. If not, see if I care. Tell me about Whompoa. We're pretty much the best, yo. What do you want to know? What are you doing on Kindly's turf? What am I doing here? I'm an ambassador. I broker Whompoa's services to Heoi. Emissaries like me are all over the Kong, tying it together like an invisible network. You're providing technical services for the poor? Sure we do. We run private networks. Our services are way more than most ordinary people want, though. You can get prepaid bandwidth with a corporate carrier for fractions of a nuyen, but you're selling your soul. They monitor it. If you want to operate unmonitored by corporate algorithms, you've got to fly through the Whompoan network. It's the only place to be. So you work with Kindly? Well, I do some work directly with Kindly, but my focus is more the street level. We're all part of a big machine, each piece playing its critical role, as is so with any highly evolved machine. Exactly, that's why nobody messes with Whompoa. Boom! Alright, I'm just gonna go. Outsiders don't understand us. Maybe you can if you're really smart. We're in a whole different world than most people. Like I'm seeing 3 streaming videos on live network stats in my goggles right now. Time's wasting, Stubtoe Williams. You were gonna fucking talk to me? About the Elder Whompoan Massacre, he's gonna be mad. Law erupts into a tort of livid, awkward profanity, cursing furiously in some sort of pidgin of Cantonese and tech speak. When Magpie gets back, the shit is going down. We're gonna spike those bastards with so much black ice. With so much black ice, see their brains are gonna turn to pudding. And we're gonna feed that pudding to fucking dogs. He folds his arms, an almost comical snarl of his face. I'm not surprised the other elders got themselves killed. Figures. Well, Magpie will know what to do. We'll take care of this. You don't know who killed the elders? We don't. It's bullshit. It's a setup. The cameras were all shut down. The mall's door logger was shut down. Everything was shut down. By guess who? Elder Ing. Everybody was at a mandatory all-hands scrum in the Matrix. You know who called it? Elder Ing. Was she there? No. We're supposed to know everything. We're open source inside the tribe. Someone chopped up half the circle, then waltzed into the mall and wiped out the rest. Then vanished. Thanks, villain chaser idiot. You seem fond of Magpie. Magpie is the best of the bunch. She's brilliant. She's a wicked coder and a Nova hot decker. Plus she knows the infrastructure. The others, they were okay. They had skills, except for Ung. She was all woo-woo and couldn't code or build shit, but she always wanted to get in the middle of things with her blathering. Those of us in Magpie's bus maintain the shadow nets. That's what keeps Whompoa independent. We're the core. Some people can't handle that. Might as well tell the truth, because we're not going to buy Decker shit from them anyways. What? You know something? Every actuating lens on Law's goggles zooms in on you. A fresh set of status lights begins blinking. One appears to indicate that he's recording. You're investigating the killings, right? Word is you were asking around. Tell Maximum Law you killed the elders? Well, first of all, Magpie's dead. What? The killer got her first. Oh, they've really got it coming. We will not forget. Charisma 5. I saw guys in bulky gear with no markings, almost like covered up riot armor. Riot armor? Figures. The HKPF was around recently. Some fishy business in one of the squats. For some reason, we stood off. They've got the firepower to pull it off, so they scouted us and came back for the elders. Those gutter-slotted Harry. Ouch. He grabs his hand, cradling. That hurts. Anyway, I'll spread the meta to the tribe. If the HKPF thinks we'll let this slide, they're as stupid as they look. Ooh! Fucking over the man for $450. Here, this is a cred stick I keep on hand for when people have special information. Take it, you've earned it. I kinda want to think now, and share files. Well, sorry, little man. I'm totally lying to you. Let's go see this kindly Cheng rascal. I'm going in? Whoa, 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 hello? I said hello? Are you the person I'm Handsome Lee? It's muggy out even for Heoi in monsoon season. You pause to mop your brow. Suddenly you feel eyes upon you. As you glance up, you meet the tranquil, searching gaze of a man half hidden in the shadows. He's wearing a crisp, white-tailored suit, shirt sleeves neatly rolled, with a dark gray silk tie and smart black trousers. If he's sweating, you don't see it. The man tilts his head ever so slightly in greeting. A newcomer, welcome! He flashes you a brilliant smile, eyes glinting with bemusement. You can just barely detect a faint trace of an accent in his voice. Handsome Lee's the name, purveyor of enhanced sensory experiences. I can see that you've got some tales to tell. I ran into someone with a message for you. I think I can guess. Steven Dynamite? Can you guess what his message is? From an avid consumer like Steven, there's only one possible message more. Actually, there are two possible messages. The second one goes, my dealer poisoned me. With the myriad of drugs that Steven filters through his system, it's almost an honor to be singled out this way. That said, I seriously doubt that I poisoned him. Go ahead, though. Tell me what he wants. What do you think? He wants his Nuyen back. There was absolutely nothing wrong with my latest creation. It was painstakingly designed to elevate the senses and titillate the spirit, a smooth high that I have indulged in myself. Now, if the unfortunate Stephen happened to dilute my masterpiece with other lesser substances, I can hardly be held responsible. I'm not leaving here empty-handed. Oh, Jesus. I don't care whether your drugs work or not. I just want his money. There is no money. Not anymore. I have expenses, just as I'm sure you do. But here, give this to Stephen with my regards. For me? You shouldn't have. The dealer smirks. I'm sure that you'd enjoy it, but no, this is for Stephen. Think of it as a consolation gift. I'm sure he'll be delighted until the nightmares return. And I'll tell you again, the nightmares aren't my fault. The drugs that I sold him aren't even hallucinogens. If he's being haunted by his visions, they have nothing to do with me. Still, the sample I'm giving you should provide some short-term relief. The dealer nods sagely. I told you that I know Stephen well enough to guess when he'll be desperate for another hit. So is his addiction the entire problem? Is that why he's suffering so much? No, I'm just not surprised to hear from him now because it was time. But I can't explain these unusual dreams he's having. Anyway, take this, give it to him. It should help him, at least in the short term. All right, give him some drugs. Very good. Please let me know how this goes when you're done. Bliss. Take. The hell is he? He's over here? Yeah, that's Club 88. I got your drugs. Stephen Dynamite lolls on the sidewalk. While he jerks less as he moves, his skin has taken on a gray hue and his chest heaves with each labored breath. His sunken eyes swivel towards you. He wets his parched lips and addresses you. I'm relieved to see you. Though you might not return, can't trust anyone. This is a bad place. I said I'd be back. Here I am. Lee didn't have your money. He gave me this to pass off to you instead. Oh ho. I'm thinking that you might be better off if I held on to it for you. Why would I let you do that? That's Lee's gift to me. Because another dose of poison might have you dreaming forever. The drugs didn't cause the nightmares, I acknowledge that, but I'd do anything to avoid the nightmares. Do drugs make it worse? Experimental drugs are probably just a bad idea in general. Heard that one before. Don't care much for preaching. Pack it, please. I'm not very strong. Oh well. Hand over the drugs. He eagerly snatches the packet of bliss from your hand, his eyes lighting up with excitement. Before you take that, I want to ask you about these dreams. You want to ask about my dreams? Why? I've been having weird dreams too. These aren't like ordinary dreams. They're visions. They're so real. I've put all kinds of substances into my body and I've never experienced anything like this. You were practically raving the last time we talked. Explain your dreams to me again clearly this time. I'm walking through a series of dark, narrow halls. It stinks to high heaven and I run into more and more people as I move forward. The people are jostling me, but I'm starving, like I haven't eaten for days. I just want some food, so I press on. I start seeing children in the crowd, children with terrible burns, disfigured faces. All these people are grabbing at me. He begins to tremble from head to foot, and his eyes bulge. Then I see teeth all around me. I feel the teeth on me. Bathed in sweat from the effort of speaking, he cradles his head in his arms. You said you're on a lot of drugs? More than I can count. I used to get my kicks from explosives. I love blowing stuff up. Seeing glass splintering, solid walls disintegrating, flames licking the sky. Not anymore. Now I stick to needles and pills. Were you a Shadowrunner? Not so much. I was a bomb maker. I designed custom ordnance. It was a dream job. Plus it was very lucrative. Megacorps couldn't get enough of the devices I invented. I was too high on my own ego to wonder what they were up to. What were the Megacorps doing then? They were fueling wars. They often managed to sell to both sides in conflicts all over the world. Casualties be damned. War profiteering is as old as war itself. Yes, war. I thought my bombs were used in wars against militias, mercenaries, and armies, and I didn't think of them as people. But the weapons I developed got used against civilian targets. The man starts digging his rough fingernails into his palms so hard that tiny crescents of blood stain his palms. I'm from Guizhou. Holy shit with these Chinese words. Sichuan has taken over much of the province, but pockets of resistance remain. These are big political struggles, actions removed from the lives of ordinary people. Yet the village where I grew up in Guizhou was annihilated. These were tobacco farmers, winemakers, peasants, not military. Tears leaked from the man's eyes, tracing narrow lines down his filthy cheeks. I recognized the distinctive patterns, the traces that were left behind. These were my bombs, used to shadow the landscape of my childhood. Why'd they bomb a village? To break the spirit of the people. It broke mine. Now I just want to forget. The drugs help sometimes. I think I know what's going on here. I guess that I must be feeling guilty about the bombs, huh? All of the blood on my hands, I can feel it all the time. I just like bombs. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. He clutches his face, sobbing. Am I ever going to make this go away? How will I live with myself? The drugs help me forget, but he shakes his head, a look of utter hopelessness on his face. Give me your Nuyen. I don't know, use your imagination. I wouldn't know where to begin, need time to think. You could show those megacorps that they can't use you, plot your revenge. I honestly wouldn't mind using my expertise against those bastards. Might be reason enough to get clean. His sunken eyes seem to sparkle at the thought. I'll tell you what, I'll think about it. I'll think real hard. I guess that's the best I could hope for. Best of luck, Steve. Thank you. So we might accidentally trick this guy into getting himself killed by a megacorps. Whoops.